All right, guys, we are back to business. I've got Wade. He's the champion, everything finance and accounting. James, he knows insurance like everybody's business. And myself, Morrelle McCrary, know a lot about computers. I never profess to know everything because I'm still learning after all of these years.
Don't even lie. Don't lie. You're like Batman for computers. That's how I refer to you.
Right? I mean, yes, I appreciate that. Thanks. But we are back today. We're going to talk to you guys about winning strategies, building a team, and leadership. I think I kind of gathered all of that in a nutshell and kind of rolled that in the ball tightly, and we'll spit it out there for conversation. So Wade, kick us off with the winning strategy. What does it take to win?
Well, just a couple of nuggets I wanted to kind of throw out there this time, which I guess between the three of us, I think we kind of agreed that we weren't going to be talking about the pandemic, and I think we're all tired of talking about the pandemic. I know there's probably still a bunch of businesses out there that are in certain industries that are struggling, and it just took me back to thinking about 2008, with the recession and all that. So, I mean, the county we're in was, the fastest growing real estate county. And I was heavily tied into real estate and construction. All my clients were, and, we took a big hit after that. I imagine there's a lot of people and business owners that are, in the same boat, if you're in like hotels or restaurants, things like that. And I guess the one thing I want to throw out there after coming out of the recession and things like that, there's going to be times you're going to be down. And the biggest thing I can throw out there is having people around you, good people around you to, bounce things off of. James and Morrelle and I think we kind of got to know each other in a networking group, probably, 8 year ago or something like that.
Yeah, it's been about 8 years, I think.
Yeah, and then at some point we formed a mastermind group where the three of us and a few other people,
So would you say that's a formula for part of the winning strategy is like-mindedness?
Well, not just like-mindedness, because you need people that will tell you the truth. Sometimes the truth hurts.
Yeah.
And then you probably need, you need people, maybe peer group. You also need people that come from I can bounce something off of Morrelle for IT or James for an insurance question or something like that. You need good advisors around you. And sometimes when things aren't going well, you're tied to certain industry or whatever, you get in a funk, you need guys like James and Morrelle to kick you out of it.
Or hold you accountable even more.
Hold you accountable. Yeah. And, that's the biggest thing, because, I think back to, sometimes you get people around you, and I use the analogy of pruning a tree or something like that. Sometimes you got dead branches and things like that hold you back. Just like, that tree. Sometimes there are certain hard, like maybe you're in a funk right now and you got employees that are not necessarily doing as well as they should be. Sometimes you got to make the hard choices and put some good people around you to help pump you up, fire you up, just like these guys do. And, that's the way to get to a winning strategy, is continually be, motivated by positive people. So just want to say thanks to you guys for that.
No, man, we appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you guys as well. I get more accountability from you guys and structure for just my day-to-day, just bouncing ideas off of you guys and taking advice. And, like you said, Wade, hearing the hard news, sometimes you kind of go through it. James and I kind of joked a couple of years ago that, 2019 or 2018 is going to be the year of hard conversations. It still hasn't stopped.
Yeah, we're turning I think we're going to turn that into the decade of hard conversations. Right?
Yeah. The decade of hard conversations. You're right. Yeah. So one of the things that I kind of wanted to bring up today was, talking about leadership a little bit, navigating the traffic of running a business. And, I preach to my kids, how to help them become winners, right? So I always tell them, look, guys, you can be a leader or you can be a follower. There's only two kind of people, leaders and followers. That's it. But a true leader knows who to follow. And if you can get some good
that's
followers,
so important.
if you can get some good followers to work for you, that's how you build team. That's how you build structure. That's how you build a culture in your own workplace for growth. I mean, that's how you get there, in my opinion. Early on when I was in school, my last name is McCrary, so I'm always in the back of the line, right? I was forever trying to be in the front of the line when we line up in the hallway to go to lunch or line up in the hallway to go to gym. They always start with the kid that has a last name Arnold.
Yeah.
It's like I was never in the front of the line, and that drove me insane. So then, as you kind of mold into an adulthood, you don't realize how that plays on you, right? So it's like I was always in the back of the line, never wanted to be in the back of the line, always wanted to be first. I would be on my best behavior in school. So what I started thinking was, how does that work in today's society, right? We're trained to be in alphabetical order, if you will, but how do people succeed? How do we get out in front? How do we show ourselves how to be in front? So I'm starting early with my kids for sure. Guys, I want you to be leaders. I want you to be a leader in your community. I want you to be a leader in your career. I want you to be the one that gets notarized for everything that you put your name on. So I push them. I push them hard. And it's just in me. It's in me. I need them to succeed, Same with my team here.
I love that. I love that. I mean, I think there's a lot of people, you don't have enough conversation. I mean, like, I even started thing. It's not like some tradition from my great-great-grandfather,
right?
But, Dylan will do something like, hey, you're Chapman, and Chapman's make commitments, they honor them.
Right.
And that now is a Chapman value because I believe it, and I'm instilling it in my child.
Right.
And then I think that also comes back to money too, man. I mean, having conversations with your kids about money young and start learning money. I mean, everything in our life deals with money, and then we never teach it. School's not going to teach it, So anyways, man, I think that's awesome. You do that, constantly instilling that in them.
Well, like I said, I mean, with the team too, you have to do that at work. I mean, it's almost no different,
Yeah.
You come to work, you show them the vision, just like you've mentioned to me several times, in other settings. You show your team the vision, and we are all in here together trying to get to that same goal. So building the team and the culture, leaders versus followers, and my nugget on leadership.
Can I jump in on that real quick too, on the following and the team and all that?
Sure.
Because, just going back to what I said, sometimes if somebody's not following and playing, part of the team, then that's when we need to prune those people out. Sometimes you got people around you that you may be following, and they may be a negative influence on your life. And just, I think that's part of, following the right people and leading to get where you want to go.
Right.
Very, very true. And I think the more you talk about that stuff with your team, with your kids, with your spouse, whatever, with friends, this group, right? We talk about stuff. It makes you realize, like, hey, I'm saying this stuff. I better live it. It makes me more conscious of it when I'm telling somebody else to be more conscious of it,
Right.
I like that a lot.
I'm with you. Well, guys, go ahead.
I'd love to throw in one other thing, especially with everything going on, kind of piggybacking off of Wade, don't forget failure is a good teacher as well. If you fail, wallow in your sorrows for a minute. But I had a great associate vice president at Nationwide tell me this. She's like, you get knocked down. It's going to happen. And take a minute. But the important thing is get back up, dust yourself off, and get back at it. Yeah. That's what you can't have the wins if you can't get back up after the losses. Period.
Yeah,
So
it's
so
funny
let
you
me ask,
say that.
can I ask each of y'all what drives you more? The sweet taste of winning, or the idea of losing? Like, which one pushes you more? What motivates you more when you come in
I
the
would
morning?
say
Thought that you could lose, or the opportunity to win?
opportunity to win for sure. But, people are motivated by fear.
Mm-hmm.
Fear is a huge motivator. I can't sit here and tell you it never crept into my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's the what ifs. It's like, I've got employees, I've got an office. What happens if we don't make, ends meet at the end of the month? That's so that fear is probably 10% of what motivates me. Opportunity is the other 90 though.
Yeah. What about you, Wade?
Well, when you're failing, that's when it is tough, sometimes tough to get out of the funk. And, probably need to keep people around you like you guys to pump you up. Read positive things. Anybody knows ever read John Gordon books or what? Those are great, positive motivators. But, when you're winning, you tend to stay winning. And, when things are going right, it pushes you to push farther.
Yeah.
So, I'm lucky to say that, right now we've been on a pretty good hot winning streak for the last few years, and it feels good.
Yeah.
But we had those bad years too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you.
The only thing's odd to me is definitely the winning motivates me more, because if not, it takes me to a deeper, darker spot. I just, like, the way I wear my emotions, it's not healthy for me, like, just in business, to constantly focus on the fear of failure. I do much better focusing on the winning side. To each their own, though. I think you take what works best for you. But it is always interesting after I won for a while and then I lose, how soft I've gotten to it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really, man, I get a little soft to it.
I'm
I'm
man up right here.
yeah, and I'm like, man, and then I turn into this little sissy, man, that's sitting there whining a little bit, and then I got to kind of slap myself around. I'm like, all right, let's get back at it. You've whined enough. Let's get back up. Let's go. So it is kind of funny though when that happens, and you're just like, just panic mode, and it's just a little bump in the road. It's just you haven't felt it in a while,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Every time sometimes you fall down and scrape a knee, you just keep going. I run a lot and I run outside, and it's probably been 10 years now. Watch, I say this now out loud, and it's probably been 10 years since I've fallen. But you learn something from that fall and you keep moving, right?
Yeah.
So you just get up, dust yourself off. Sometimes you're beaten, you're bloody and bruised, but you just got to keep going.
Yeah. I leave a challenge with anybody watching this, jumping back, having a group you can depend on, that you can talk to, and they'll shoot you straight. We live in a world of just likes and hearts and all that, right?
Sure.
On social media. Somebody giving you the truth, and they give you the truth because they love you, like they care for you, and they want you to actually succeed, and they're bold enough to actually tell you, so you don't walk around cocky. They actually put you down on where you should be. If you got that in somebody, like that's invaluable. To that, if you don't have that, try it. Like somebody you're really close with, don't just say, oh yeah, that's great, man. Like, actually give them a real evaluation and see how they respond. You might be surprised.
Well, I think part of that too, James, is a lot of people are afraid to open that door because they're afraid that, what if they don't like me? What if I'm sharing too much of my personal or my business life with them?
Yeah.
They might be afraid it might damage the relationship.
Yeah. And I will tell you, it doesn't have to be somebody just like you. One of the best things that I value about the three of us, we're quite a bit different. All of us. I mean, we are very opposite of each other in a lot of things, but we value each other's opinion. So, anyways.
All right. Challenge accepted. anybody that's watching, reach out. If James can challenge and motivate you, and I can, or Wade can, let us know. I'm Morrelle McCrary, Ramtech PC Solutions. We manage small, medium-sized businesses, IT, and we make IT simple. Wade, what do you do?
I'm Wade Carpenter, and I'm a CPA, and we are not your average bean counters.
James, who are you?
James Chapman, Chapman Insurance Group. We help you ensure the most important things in your life. So if we can be of service, let us know.
Excellent. Guys, I appreciate your time today. Thank you for watching. Thank you. You made it to the end. The only thing that comes up in my mind at the end of this is the win-win-win song. So definitely, if you're a business owner and you need some help with leadership, or you need some more motivation, I hope you got it from today's video. Go out and win today.